Hey kids, Mr. Glenn here. Hope you are well. We are going to be learning about making Rube Goldberg machines. Now before we begin, I'm going to take a leaf out of Mumbo Jumbo's book here. If you know Mumbo Jumbo, he's a fantastic redstone builder on YouTube. And he has this page here at the beginning of one of his amazing videos. And it says, a Rube Goldberg machine is a contraption, invention, device, or apparatus that is deliberately over-engineered to perform a simple task in a complicated fashion, generally including a chain reaction. And you'll hear me talk about chain reactions quite a lot, and you'll also see it in capital letters all over the world that I've made for us. Now, this project comes in two halves. The first is learn, try, and test. And we have different things to learn, try, and test through here within this world here. Okay, so this is our learn, try, test world, and it's split into 4 parts, and we're going to see that in a moment. The second part is another world that I've given us, but this time we have to do a little bit of planning because we're going to learn about how to make all these inventions come alive and work properly with a chain reaction. And then we've got a video here for how everything works in the final stages, okay? And I've given you a special world here that we can have a look at later. So let's go and have a look at where our lessons begin, which is here. And this is Minecraft Inventions with Mr. Glenn, which is me. And we are going to be, we're going to be learning about, can I design, build, and collaborate to solve problems? That's my learning intention. My success criteria is pretty standard. I can build simple machines, I can design my own machine, I can build and test my design, and I can share what I create. Okay, so far so good. So let's go and take a look at what a Rube Goldberg machine may look like. It looks a bit something like Wallace and Gromit, I suppose, and something that Wallace would make and Gromit would try and fix later on because it would probably break. But here you can see that the way that this word is going to be written on here is very over-engineered. There's many things in here that we just don't need, but it's all for fun, and have made it overly complicated. Okay, so inside here, this tells us how to go and get Minecraft and where it is on the internet. So you can go to the App Store, you can download it online, you can put it on a Mac, Windows, you can put it on your iPad, and mostly we're going to be using this on an iPad. Okay, so in my learn, try, test world, I've got it open already. I've got it here. Okay, so when I go straight into my world, I've got a link here, so it says resource link, and this will take us to the page that we've just been on if you need to go there. Okay, so let's take a look around what we've got. We've got Dr. Hammond here. Dr. Hammond, when we click on Dr. Hammond, we right click and use Dr. Hammond here. It says, hey Minecrafter, today we are learning all about redstone and all the amazing creations we can begin to create. Ever heard of a Rube Goldberg machine? Well, we've just seen that in class, no doubt. Well, if not, click the link below to find out. And this will take us to Mumbo Jumbo's Rube Goldberg machine. Okay. Else, try out level 1 here and see the basics of what machines are all about before we make a huge, complicated, and amazing contraptions. Okay. So in here, you need to make sure the first thing you need to do, if you're not really a Minecrafter, that's all fine. You don't need to worry too much. Just make sure that you know how to use the right click or use the use button and destroy button on an iPad. Okay, I'm in creative mode. You will be in survival mode. Okay, so the difference here is I can use this when I click on Dr. Hammond. This is the use button. To sort of break things apart and smash them up, you use the other button like that. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we can use the buttons in here because there are lots of buttons, levers, pressure plates, and all manner of things that are going to show us about how redstone works. And this is the learn room. Okay, so the place is in 4 parts. Okay, so if I zoom up here, we can go and see what the 4 parts are before we get there. Okay, you can see that they are numbered. So here's number 2, here's number 3, and here's number 4. Okay, we're going to take it steady each time because not everybody knows about redstone, which is all hunky-dory. So in here, you'll find boards that tell us about what's actually happening inside each room, and this is the basics for redstone. Okay, so when we come over here, we can turn lights on, we can turn them off, and we can see what different power sources we can get and how some of them behave rather strangely, like this one, okay? And some of them have constant power sources like this. And you can see what these blocks actually look like when you're in your inventory, okay? So we're going to give you all the tools that you need, okay? All right? And so you've got to go and explore through here. And when you see Sandy over here, you click on Sandy, and then there is a quiz for you to do. So once you've done this quiz and you've shown that you know what the answers are to do with the Learn Room, you can go into part 2. And in part 2, we have lots of different things going on in here, okay? So we will also see food boxes around, okay? There are food boxes around. So there's one over there in the distance. There's one in the next room, because we know that you're in survival mode, and so you will need to eat so that you don't die. In this room, you have to fix things. So we're going to take it nice and steady, and it's to do with redstone, okay? And here we are, we've even got some tools, because you are in survival mode, so you're going to have to break things up as well. We've got lots of redstone lamps and the redstone dust that acts like little wires. And we've got some special pieces too. Okay, so each room, because this is a pressure plate, each room we learned about the pressure plates in there, and we're going to be able to use them in here too. So if you want to explore and build things, you can explore and build things in the areas that you've got in the spaces. Okay, here you've got to go and do things, read what it says on the slates, and then you've also got some little challenges to fix, and can you fix them? Okay, what do you need? So you need certain tools and need certain pieces to fix the broken items, okay? Some things are new, and they show us how things can be extended. Not everything needs to be in its most basic form, like this. So in the redstone before, it showed us that we had a single line of power. Here we can split them into 2. Here we've got a tower, or the beginning of a tower. And sometimes they go on and off, and some stay off and some stay on. Here we've got a bigger tower. And we can see that the electricity, or the redstone dust, or the redstone power, the signal, goes all the way up. And we can get things to go up as well as down, okay? Which is rather strange. There are some things I'm not going to use in here because you have to discover them for yourself, okay? But needless to say that they are rather fun. Before we go ahead, we have to go and find Donal, and Donal has level 2 quiz. You have to do the quizzes before you can go to the next room, and we can say that you are ready to go into the next room, okay? Here is Dr. Daisy. Dr. Daisy and Aloysius are here to help us. Aloysius has level 3 quiz, okay, before we can go into the big room. This one is another step up. This tells us about things where we are creating chain reactions. So we are using our redstone as well as other items such as rail, because we're in the rail room now. We can use rail to our advantage to go and send things up, around, down, and we can send them away as well using things that span a distance, okay? So inside here, we want to go and fire arrows at this target. We have lots of tools for you to use. We have lots of redstone and lots of tools, lots of arrows and targets, lots of droppers and dispensers, and also things like fireworks. Because inside here, we're going to have to go and complete a broken track. You have to go and use new materials and new contraptions and new machines so that they can connect and make the chain reaction continue, just like the Rube Goldberg machine in Mumbo Jumbo's video. Next, this is the final room. Inside here, you got lots and lots and lots and lots of tools, as well as some extra surprise pieces in here. But this time, instead of fixing a broken track, you have to make one that joins up the 3 sections that are here that are numbered 1, 2, and 3. The final task is to make it join up with this area here, which is a dispenser onto ice, onto a pressure plate to make the cart jump out and go and hit the fireworks. Okay? You've got to go and make things join up together here and create a constant chain reaction from 1 through to 3. Right. That's the introduction, and this is our world, and this is where we're going to be for the next couple of weeks. You'll spawn here. You'll be in survival mode. Remember, there is some food, but first of all, take it nice and steady. And if you know that the person on your table isn't a Minecrafter, or they're very new to Minecraft, and you are an expert, remember to share that expertise and coach your friends. Okay? That is super important. Be a good collaborator. Right. As always, good luck.